Welcome to Study Break, a recurring podcast featuring discussions of sports, music, TV, movies, and more. Today, we are happy to have some DCCC students here to provide recommendations of some books you can enjoy as you cozy up this season. Enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Maeve Sala, and I am reviewing one of my favorite books. The circus arrives without warning. No announcements preceded. It is simply there, when yesterday it was not. And so you enter the world contained within the book The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This winter, grab a cup of tea, wrap yourself up in a soft blanket, and escape to a world filled with wonder, mystery, and magic. The Night Circus is a beautifully written book about a magical circus and the lives of the performers and workers who live in it. They are all tangled up in a long-running feud between two magicians. The circus itself is the magicians' dueling ground, and the people are their pawns. A restless farm boy, a changing world, and a forbidden love will all have parts to play in their final epic battle. Morgenstern's words paint vivid portraits of the circus and the people who populate it. She weaves the story that spans years and circles the globe. She brings her characters and settings to life with her use of descriptive language. If you're looking for a fantastic and original story about magic and wonder mixed up with adventure and mystery, make sure you check out The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern.
Hi, my name is Jamie DeKai, and today I'll be reading a recommendation on behalf of Catherine Tran. Even though many of you have likely erased this book from your mind and probably tucked it away in a high school English curriculum, I have to recommend The Catcher in the Rye for your winter stay-at-homes. It's a story that follows an expelled teenage boy who ventures out in the winter streets of New York City. He's unpleasant, without a doubt, and you'll find yourself either hating him or loving him. But at the end of the day, he's just a teenager struggling to find his place in the world as many of us do. This is a coming-of-age story that touches on the idea of identity, loneliness, and self-deprecation. If your winters look bleak, then maybe, just maybe, you'll find solace in the isolation that the protagonist himself is in. Happy, or rather, solemn, readings.
Hi. My name is Raven Amaro, and this is my cozy reading recommendation. Though it can be read any time of the year, the book I recommend you check out this winter is Little Fires Everywhere by author Celeste Ng. The story is about the intertwining fates of two Ohio mothers and their children, and covers social aspects such as class, race, and adoption. I recommend this book because the characters and plot are deeply gripping, and it's a book that easily sparks conversation. Similar to Ng's previous book, Everything I Never Told You, Little Fires Everywhere presents multiple points of view on highly complex issues and leaves you to consider your own stance. I'm not much of a reader these days, but this is a book I nearly couldn't put down. I hope you'll enjoy it as much as I did. And now, here's Fafali Tiseglo's recommendation.
Though it can be read at any time, the book that I recommend you read is Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson. This is a story about Jade, a teenager from a poor neighborhood, striving for success. It also focuses on embracing new opportunities, maintaining friendships, race, privilege, identity, etc. Thus, this provides women an insight on the current issues that are encountered. Jade finds her place by joining the Woman to Woman program, as she remembers her purpose that impacts her community. After reading this book, it has taught me to embrace new opportunities and to unleash my potential without giving up on my dreams. Thank you.
Hi, this is Amy Rodriguez Miller, and this is my winter break book recommendation. If you are into women's rights and history, you will love Revolutionary Mothers, Women in the Struggle for American Independence by Carol Birkin. During winter break, you probably want to do something other than read about women that are 250 years old. However, Revolutionary Mothers, Women in the Struggle for American Independence by Carol Birkin looks into the real-life struggles women faced during the Revolutionary War, their political differences, and their true heroism during the conflict era. Revolutionary Mothers covers the everyday lives of young girls, sisters, and wives on both sides of the conflict. The book also recounts how women supported the men who fought the war. There are many quotes from George Washington and other founding fathers, that say they could not have won the war without women. The book has some interesting historical facts that the children of America do not necessarily learn about in a classroom. American history lessons tend to educate us on the founding fathers, presidents, and government officials, but falls short in mentioning how women fought the war alongside the men. This book talks extensively about the women of the 18th century and their fight to bring America into reality. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lushonda Stevens, and today I am reading a cozy reading recommendation by Shane Roki. After watching the hit series Game of Thrones on HBO over the past few years and becoming a huge fan of the show, I finally decided to read the book. I would recommend A Game of Thrones, Book 1, A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin, to read during the winter months. This book is very interesting if you are into fantasy and mythological creatures. The setting takes place on a continent called Westeros and focuses on the different families living in this land. The most important families are the Starks in the north at Winterfell, the Baratheons and Lannisters in the south at King's Landing, and the last of the Targaryens, Daenerys, who is traveling back to her birthplace. As the title implies, these and many other families battle and go to war over who has the rightful claim to the Iron Throne in Westeros. Although this is the main focus of the story, it also follows the different storylines of many different characters throughout the book. Not only does the book focus on the Game of Thrones, but with the winter coming, an impending doom is set to fall upon all of Westeros that must be defeated in order to survive. Even if you have seen the show as I have, the book includes many more details and provides the reader with more backstories and different characters that the show leaves out. Just as winter is coming in this book, the colder months are upon us, and this is definitely a good read for anyone who wants to stay warm inside and read a book.
You've been listening to Study Break, brought to you by the New Media Lab and the Office of Athletics and Campus Engagement. Today's producer was Fafali Siseglo. Our executive producers were Tashia White and Raven Amaro. Our recommendation writers were Maeve Sala, Catherine Tran, Raven Amaro, Fafali Siseglo, Amy Rodriguez-Miller, and Shane Rocky. Our readers were Maeve Sala, Jamie Dekai, Raven Amaro, Fafali Siseglo, Amy Rodriguez-Miller, and LaShonda Stevens. Raven Amaro prepared our title cards and edited this episode. Victoria Culbreth and Samuel Larson designed our cover art. Indigo Frazier composed our theme music, and I am Kara Oakes, your announcer for this episode. Special thanks to Director of Athletics and Campus Engagement Allison Gleason and our faculty advisor Maria Boyd. If you have an interest in participating in the New Media Lab, contact the Office of Athletics and Campus Engagement or reach out to us on Instagram at DCCC_New Media Lab. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like this video. Thanks for listening.